Welcome to Staff Works Explained. If it's your first time here, please subscribe to this channel. For repeat viewers, we thank you for your support. In today's video, we'll be talking about another SGR project which is being planned in Tanzania, the new southern railway line, or the Mtwara Mbamba Bay SGR. In the video, we'll talk about the components of the project, the routes where the project will pass, the financing model that has been preferred for this project, and justification for the selection of this model. We'll be looking at the challenges that it's facing, as well as the current status of the project. For this project, that is Mtwara Mbamba Bay SGR, or the new southern railway line, Tanzania is seeking $5.6 billion for this project. This project will start in Mtwara, which is a city in the Indian Ocean, all the way to Lake Nyasa or Lake Malawi, and it will be traversing a region which is rich in minerals, particularly iron ore, coal, and graphite. Tanzania is looking for public-private partnership for the project, which is 1,000 kilometers. And according to a presentation that was made by the Tanzania Railway Corporation, particularly by its managing director, the agency made a pitch to investors and financiers at the investment forum that was held in Marrakesh, Morocco, in November 2023. And in this forum, it secured at least $2.2 billion of interest for this project. The proposed standard gauge railway project spans 1,000 kilometers from Mtwara all the way to Mbamba Bay, with spurs extending mineral rich of Mchuchuma, coal, Liganga, iron ores in the southwest of Tanzania. The primary goal of this project is to enhance sustainable transport along the Mtwara corridor, which connects the southern Tanzania agriculture and mineral-rich regions. The initiative addresses the transportation challenges along the Mtwara corridor, linking southern part of Tanzania with Malawi, Zambia, Mozambique through Lake Nyasa as part of Mtwara Development Corridor initiatives. Mtwara Development Corridor was conceived in 1992. This was under the Southern Africa Transport and Communications Commissions, which is part of South African Development Community, SADC. The corridor aims to foster regional integration and reduce poverty by stimulating economic growth. The proposed railway project, which is estimated to cost Tanzania shillings 2.4 trillion, seeks to unlock the development potential of the Mtwara Development Corridor, which encompasses 8 regions with a total population of 9.4 million. This is meant to enhance trade links with the neighboring countries. The public-private partnership project, which will follow the build, operate, and transfer model, where a private company will design, finance, construct, and operate the railway for a particular time, and then transfer ownership to the government after a specified period. Funding for the project is expected to come from a combination of public and private sector, with Tanzania government providing the infrastructure support. The completed feasibility study in 2018 confirmed the technical and economic viability of this project, estimating a total cost of $5.6 billion. The phased implementation approach includes the construction of a railway line from Mtwara to Mbamba Bay. In the first phase, with a project cost of about $2.3 billion. The second phase extends the line from Mbamba Bay to Amelia Bay in Mozambique, covering a distance of 202 kilometers and an estimated cost of $1.3 billion. The SGR is a vital part of larger Tanzania SGR project, aiming to connect the Mtwara port on the Indian Ocean to Mbamba Bay on the shores of Lake Nyasa. These sections, with spurs to the Liganga iron ore mines and Mchuchuma coalfields, holds immense potential for economic development in southern Tanzania and wider region. The SGR is a crucial component of addressing transport challenges along the Mtwara Development Corridor and plays a pivotal role in connection of southern Tanzania with neighboring Malawi, Zambia, Mozambique through Lake Nyasa or Malawi. The Mtwara Development Corridor initiatives aims to unlock the economic potential of an area rich in natural resources but facing infrastructural limitations. The SGR, which is a key initiative, tackles these limitations by providing a faster and more efficient alternative, unlocking resource potential, creating a trade corridor, and also promoting tourism, and not forgetting the facilitation of multimodal transport. Its current status, feasibility study was done. This was completed. This has already been completed in 2021. The Southern Africa Development Community (SADC) provided Tanzania with $6 million for conducting the feasibility studies and preparing a detailed design for the railway. And this has been completed. In terms of technical specifications, this includes details like track, gauge, gradient, curves, and tunnel locations, and this informs engineering decisions and cost estimates. We have environmental impact assessment, which will identify potential environmental risk and propose mitigation measures to minimize these harms. We have social impact assessment, which is an analysis of how communities along the route might be affected and suggest relocation plans and livelihood support initiatives. Then with this in part of that feasibility study, there is economic analysis, which evaluated the project's potential benefits and costs, considering factors like passenger and cargo volumes, job creation, and also regional economic growth. Now, with the detailed design in hand, the project can now proceed towards securing funds, where the feasibility study provided a strong foundation for attracting investors and securing loans. You can also go ahead and do land acquisition, where a clear route map facilitates negotiations with communities and land acquisition processes. Then there is contractor selection. With the detailed design, it allows for transparent bidding process and selection of qualified construction company. And as we said earlier, this project is taking the PPP model, public-private partnership model. So Tanzania will not go borrowing money to finance this project, but it will be done by through a partnership between the government and the private sector. Then do environmental and social safeguards. The identified mitigation measures can be incorporated into construction plans and monitored for effective implementation. The big elephant in the room is funding, where securing of funds is such an important component. This project cannot go on without that in place. The project has already received some financial boost. As we say, it got $6 million from SADC, and this was helped the project to carry out the feasibility study. There has been a expression of interest from countries such as England, South Africa, USA, Canada, and China, and this is a good positive move. We also saw that during an Africa Forum Investment, which was held in Marrakech, Morocco, there was some interest that were shown for this project. The project is expected to start in next year, 2024, but is currently awaiting finalization of funding agreements and contractor selection. It's part of the project that the government of Tanzania want to do within this period of 5 years. Estimated completion is targeted to be completed between 2026 and 2027, and this will depend on the construction date, and the construction date will depend on when the fundings will be acquired. So what are some of the challenges that the project is facing? One of them is land acquisition, where there will be requirement for resettlement of communities along the railway line, and this needs careful planning to ensure that there is fair compensation and livelihood support. We have seen so many projects having challenges on this because they didn't handle the process of land compensation well. Then there are environmental concerns, where the construction activities must be balanced with the environmental protection measures to minimize ecological damage. And then funding finalization, securing the full amount of required amount of money to construct remains one of the biggest challenges for this project. So why did Tanzania opt for PPP model for this project? The SGR project presents a compelling case for a successful PPP venture due to its economic potential, infrastructural demand, and also government support, as well as the significance of this project in the region, as well as the private sector interest. The private sector has shown interest in this project. So the project offers a unique opportunity to unlock the economic potential of the southern Tanzania and contribute to regional integration and development. Assessing the attractiveness of this SGR as a PPP involves considering various factors such as economic viability, where the project economic feasibility is crucial. Investors will assess the potential for returns on their investment. They will consider factors such as traffic, volume, trade growth, and the economic developments of the regions connected by the railway. There is also consideration of government support. The government of Tanzania is willing to support and facilitate this project, and this is very vital for any player who is interested. There are clear policies, regulatory frameworks, and incentives for the private investment to contribute, and this contributes to the project attractiveness. The revenue model for this project, including tariffs, user fees, this plays a significant role in attracting investors. Investors will seek to clarification on how revenue will be generated, shared between private sector and the government. There is also risk allocation. Investors will be interested in understanding how risks, including construction, operation, and regulatory risk, will be allocated between public and private sectors. A well-structured risk-sharing mechanism can enhance the attractiveness of this project. Then there is financing structure. The availability of financing options and the financial structures of the project are very critical. A mix of public and private financings, as well as support from the development bank, can make the project more appealing to investors. Market demand, where the demand for transportation services along the corridor to the neighboring countries is a key factor. If the railway aligns with existing and projected market demand, it becomes more attractive to the private sector. On political stability in the region is very essential for the success of this project. Investors will look at the political climate to ensure that their investments are secure and there is stable environment for project implementation. And given that Tanzania is a politically stable country, this is a plus for the country. Regional and local impact. The positive impact of the SGR on the local and regional development, including job creation, infrastructure improvement, economic growth, also will enhance the attractiveness of this project as a PPP. Then we have environmental and social consideration. Adherence to environmental and social standards is increasingly becoming important. Investors will favor projects that demonstrate commitment to sustainable practices and also social responsibility. So these are some of the factors that make the SGR project use or opt to use the PPP model as opposed to a model where the government goes borrowing money or providing money from its own sources. So we'll be looking at to see how this project transpires, when it will start, and also how it will fare in terms of construction as a PPP model project. So thank you for reaching this far. If it's your first time here, please subscribe to this channel. Also watch other videos that you have done on SGR projects in Tanzania and other countries in Africa. Thank you.